Welcome to an all-new episode of Hatching for Health with your host, Jessica Hatch. Today we are going to talk autism. Now, you probably know somebody with autism. It is not as rare as some of these other conditions we've had on the show. In fact, 1 in every 54 children are diagnosed with autism. So those are some pretty high stats. So today the little girl is 6 years old, and she has known about her autism since she was 2. And her mother is going to be here along with our translator, Mary. So welcome to the show, Maria and Meredith. And Maria, how are you guys? And Mary, how are y'all?
We're great.
Good. You guys are local to the area, so it wasn't too far to come over and be a part of today's episode. So I really do appreciate that. And I just want to jump right in, and I want to learn from you. I know I mentioned she was diagnosed as early as 22 months. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
22 months. So what were the symptoms that were immediately clear to the doctors in diagnosing her?
¿Qué fue los síntomas de María que supieron que eran autismo?
Ok, hacía movimientos repetitivos, no hablaba y tampoco tenía contacto visual.
She had repetitive hand movements.
Okay.
And she would not really focus.
Really?
Yes.
So those were the two things that were just very distinguished.
And she would not speak also.
Okay, and not speak. And this is at, 22 months, just under 2 years old.
Right.
Is that right? Okay. Because, I mean, they say some of the stats that I read, children can be diagnosed as early as 2 years old, and that's pretty much the earliest. So she was right at that cusp. But most of them, it's 4 years old and older that they're even learning that they have autism, which can be really difficult. I mean, if you can imagine, you've got, and I know you don't understand everything I'm saying, but I'm speaking as, an advocate for you guys, but the earlier you learn that you have autism, it's so important, so for those of you out there watching, anything that you're learning from this little girl or her mother, and you pick up on maybe your child has it, it's important to get them checked out, because the earlier diagnosis, the better. They're going to have just overall longer life. I think even just the early intervention affords the best opportunity to support that healthy development and just deliver benefits to an overall longer lifespan. So I want to know from you about her treatment. Is there a number of doctor's appointments that are involved in caring for a child with autism?
Si son números bastante citas de doctores, de terapias.
De terapias, sí. De doctores es más el tiempo de espera para que te puedan dar un diagnóstico, que te puedan dar la cita.
Okay. There's a long wait of a doctor's appointment than therapies, that she usually has to wait for a doctor's appointment than therapies.
So there's not a lot of doctors that are treating autism? Is that what I'm hearing? There needs to be more doctors treating autism?
Que si no hay suficientes doctores para tratar autismo, ¿qué terapias?
Bueno, yo supongo, también yo creo el número de niños que son diagnosticados con autismo, yo creo que es bastante alto.
That yes, there is, very numerous children with autism, that there's not enough doctors.
Okay, so it's partly, probably leading into the therapist side, like the doctors are diagnosing, but then they're getting kind of stuck in a system of trying to get to their appointments, or not get to them, but have them scheduled. But of course, there's not as many, treatment providers out there. So that's very interesting. And I can see that with 1 in 54 children. I mean, just Houston alone, the number of children that would bring us to as far as having autism. So Maria, tell me, how old are you?
6.
6 years old? What grade are you in?
¿En qué grado estás en la escuela?
Grado
No, que vas en kindergarten.
6 elementary.
Kindergarten. Okay, so you just started school. So is she in special classes, or are they the same classroom with everyone else?
Actualmente no, está en clase regular.
She is in regular classes.
Okay. So it's a new year, only been in school a few months. I guess COVID's part of all of this experience for her. How is she doing? Would you find her to be, I guess, better able to learn in a class that was specific to autistic children, or she seemed to be picking up things?
Que si ella está reaccionando bien en clase en regular o en clases de autismo.
Ok, ella estuvo los pasados 3 años escolares en educación especial. Hoy es este año es su primer año regular. Ella es muy tranquila y aprende mucho, aprende muy bien. Entonces, pues, le va muy bien.
At the beginning, she was going to special classes. Now this is her first year going to a regular class. But she
Okay.
is learning very quickly and is very observing everything.
That's great. So Maria, tell me about sports. Are you into any sports in school? What do you like to play?
Mini balls.
Mini balls?
Yes.
What is it?
Mini balls.
¿Qué te gusta jugar, María?
Unas pequeñitas pelotas.
Mini
like-
balls.
Mini balls.
Okay.
She likes to play with small balls.
Okay. That's so cute. So you do like sports, and are you more into sports, or you like to draw? Are you more artistic?
I want to draw.
You like to draw also?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Have you ever done any paintings or any drawings for people
Yes.
and signed them with your little autograph?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Very good. That's awesome. Is she in a local school here in Houston, I would assume?
Que si ella va a una escuela regular aquí en Houston,
Sí, en una escuela pública.
a public school.
Public school. Okay, very good. Some of the other questions I had on here, well, we talked about the different therapies and treatments, and it is something that she has to do on a regular basis. It's just not as often as you would like because of the fact that there's a lack thereof. What about, so we understand that other conditions can occur with autism. Does she have any other things going on that are related to any other disorders, or is it just specifically all autism?
Que todos los síntomas que trae María está ocurriendo nomás con autismo o con otros síntomas de
Ok.
enfermedades.
María tiene retraso en el desarrollo primario, le llaman, porque yo creo que no tiene tanto retraso. O sea, ella, por ejemplo, los niños regularmente empiezan a hablar al año y medio, empiezan a decir, pues ella empezó hasta después de los 3 años. Ese es el retraso que tiene.
She is a slow development in child behavior development. So, because most children develop quickly at 1.5 years, but hers, it took 3 years.
Okay, but that's tied to the autism. It's not something else that they're identifying. Is that right?
Todo eso de retraso es parte de autismo.
Yo supongo que sí va con eso.
And she supposedly thinks that it is tied to
Okay.
autism.
And Meryth, is there any advice that you can give, other parents that have just learned their child's diagnosed with autism? So some advice you could give?
¿Qué puedes decir a los otros padres que tienen autismo a sus hijos?
Ok, bueno, pues, ¿qué les puedo decir? Que le echen ganas o que trabajen con sus hijos, que esto es algo pues de todos los días, de estar todos los días trabajando con ellos.
To work with the children, be able to understand them, to work with things with the children, be able to understand that it's an everyday thing.
That it's something they have to constantly work out with the child. On top of them being a little child, they've got to additionally just kind of put in extra work, it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to come back. I want to talk a little bit more about the family life and, the different changes you have to adapt to. But we're going to go to a quick commercial break. So before you take the commercial break, I want you to tune into a video that's a recap of our haunted Halloween event that was at Infinity Diagnostic Center. And this year we did ticket sales benefiting the Hatching for Health Foundation, as well as a silent auction. So take a look. How would you like to see your commercial on the Hatching for Health episode each and every Tuesday evening? If that's you, please email me at info@hatchingforhealth.org and we can tell you about all the fabulous ways to see your commercial on our episodes. And don't forget, we're a 501c, so any contribution is 100% tax deductible. We look forward to hearing from you. I love being able to use this repair moisturizer. It even includes retinol. And the last cool product I love to finish with is the Glow Serum. When I'm sore after a tough workout, the Muscle and Joint Body Cream by Cool CBD gives me all the relief I need. Hi, it's Jessica here with Infinity Diagnostics, located here in the heart of Houston. Follow me in, I'm going to show you our MRI machine. We have a 1.5 Tesla Siemens magnet. We're able to perform imaging on your spine and multiple other areas. So please come give us a visit for all of your MRI needs. Being diagnosed with a scary sounding disease can be frightening. Imagine what it's like for your child. There are over 7,000 rare diseases around the world affecting children. Join me, Jessica Hatch, along with leading experts to help break down medical lingo, explain why and what their little bodies are feeling. Real faces, real stories, and expert advice. And you can watch us on the biggest South Asian TV network in North America, NTV Houston. Welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, we are talking about autism with a little girl named Maria and her mother Meryth, as well as a translator we have Mary. So 3 M's, you guys got me in a tongue tie. So we were talking a little bit about living with it and, just the experience as a whole. Now you have a son. Does he also have autism?
No.
No, okay, very good. So with a morning routine, how does it differ from a child that has autism versus your child that does not?
Al principio fue duro, difícil, porque era un bebecito, pero ahora nos adaptamos muy bien. Así es que estamos trabajando bien.
At the very beginning, it was hard and difficult, but we learned how to work through it.
Okay, very good. Now, I know that insurance and paying out of pocket, and there's so many various ways of paying for children that have different disorders. Sometimes the insurance companies don't want to pay for things. Has that been a problem with you? Is insurance covering her treatments, or is this something you have to pay out of pocket?
Si ustedes tienen seguranza de ayudar a cubrir los gastos de médico, de medicinas, han batallado a recibir que tienen que pagar de su bolsillo o la aseguranza paga por todo.
No, el seguro paga por todo, el seguro de María.
Insurance covers it?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. And then I think that plays a part of it being as common as it is. A lot of things that are more rare just haven't been around long enough for the insurance companies to understand, what this is and why it should be covered. So that's great to hear. So you guys really haven't, I guess, had any problems, financially in taking care of a child with autism due to the fact that you're covered with insurance and there are providers here locally to help. Is that right?
Que no han batallado, que como hay seguranza para cubrir de autismo de María, que no han batallado nada sobre.
No, en absoluto.
That's good. That's very good. Very blessed, because there's a lot of people that struggle financially due to having, already, it's a lot to have a child and raise one that's got some kind of condition. So Maria, tell me about some of your friends in school. You have a lot of friends? You seem like you've got a lot of friends. You're so out.
Yes.
Yeah? Do you? So in class, are you very talkative? Yeah? You're not shy at all, are you? No? Look, you understand me very well. Good job. That's wonderful. And so a typical day for her in school is it, what is it, 8 to 3?
8
¿Qué
to 3.
sus horarios?
De 7:20 a casi 4 de la tarde en la escuela.
7:30 in the morning till 4 in the
Okay.
afternoon.
And she's been doing good in her classes, like the feedback you've gotten from teachers. Her grades are good and she's,
Sí,
doing.
es su cosa favorita ir a la escuela.
Her favorite thing is to go to school in the morning.
That's great. That's wonderful. And so she's been, I know with COVID, so when did she go back to school or start kindergarten? Did she go back in August or when did she go back to school?
Por el COVID, ¿cuándo empezó a ir a la escuela?
En agosto empezaron a hacerlo en línea, online, y en septiembre regresaron en persona a la escuela.
In August, they did the online,
Okay.
and in September, she started going to school in person.
Okay. That's great. And that's kindergarten started for her in August though,
Yes.
right? Okay. How did she do with the online classes? Was that a struggle with her attention and wanting to be more hands-on?
Fue difícil porque a ella le gusta el contacto con sus amigos, entonces fue difícil al principio, pero pues no fue mucho tiempo, fueron unas 2 semanas.
It was very difficult doing the online because she likes to have contact with her friends. But, it only lasted 2 weeks, so it's back to normal.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Is there any foundations or charities or anything related to autism that you guys participate in every year?
Que si ustedes participan en fundaciones o organizaciones sobre el autismo.
No, desafortunadamente no conocemos ninguna.
They are not aware of any organizations or foundations for autism.
Okay. I'll mention for those of you watching, I'm sure that you know of some, so we'd love to hear from you because it's something that we can obviously share with our family. So hopefully y'all are learning something, but also if we can learn something from you. I think it's great for families to be tied to an organization that have other, like-minded children because they can learn from each other and in ways that they've progressed, in different stages. You want to let her know that?
Que vamos a averiguar cómo hay muchas organizaciones y fundaciones para el autismo pueden ayudar a ustedes y toda la familia y toda la comunidad de Houston.
Ok, sí, y la verdad se me hace bastante interesante para conocer más papás con hijos con autismo.
Okay. So Maria, I wanted to tell you, are you a big movie fan? Do you like to go to the movies?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Because I know that you've had a hard time sitting still. I'm going to have some movie tickets for you and your family so y'all can, maybe the little one will have to stay back with a sitter, but I'm going to get you guys 4 tickets to AMC to see a movie of your choice.
4 tickets?
Dile gracias.
Gracias.
For coming, because I know this is adult stuff. It's probably not very fun for you. So with the little brother, are you excited to have, how old is he? Is he 1? 2? Okay.
2.
So how is it having a little brother?
2.
I know, but how do you like having a little brother?
¿Te gusta tener un hermanito?
Yes.
And you share your attention with him?
Yes.
Does that bother you?
Yes.
It does bother you? Because it seems as though you like attention.
Look, a
So
ginger bunny.
you have to share it now
Yes.
with him. Very good. Is there any questions that she has just for Hatching for Health and what we're doing as an organization, maybe in ways that we can help her? You want to ask her?
Que si tienes unas preguntas con el fundación de Hatching for Life que quería saber usted.
Bueno, no había escuchado de ustedes y me gustaría saber cómo qué es en lo que trabajan.
She's never heard of Hatching for Health and she would like more information regarding.
Okay, so tell her she can go to the hatchingforhealth.org website to learn more. But just, something very specific. Tell her we're thankful that she's here because she's helping create awareness for her little girl's disorder, as well as teaching others that maybe just got their child diagnosed.
puedes seguir el Hatching for Health en el internet para saber más sobre nuestra comunidad de Hatching for Health, para saber cómo les podemos ayudar en la situación de autismo.
Ok, vamos
So,
a ver.
and one of our other goals, I just want to, educate you guys, viewers out there. This is the main thing that we're doing, but if any of you out there have any needs financially as it relates to surgical procedures, or just finding the right doctors and being connected with the right resources, that is something that we're here to do, and do our best to help you in whatever way we can. So obviously it sounds like she's connected with the right doctors. Financially, they are on a good page. But if anything comes up, feel free to call me as it relates to her medical needs so that we can be of service. I know that last part.
Que si necesitas ayuda sobre María, el autismo, que puedes comunicar con nosotros y con mucho gusto le vamos a ayudarle y atender a María.
Muy amable, muchas gracias.
Of course, of course. So Maria, knowing that you have autism, which you seem perfectly healthy and you're a beautiful little girl, but is there anything you want to tell other kids out there that are of your age, younger or older, like any advice that you can give them?
Yes.
What advice would that be? Maybe ask her, Mary, what advice do you have?
¿Qué le gustaría decir a los otros niños sobre autismo como tú? ¿Qué le gustaría decirles?
Hijo, gracias.
He wants to say thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, of course.
¿Se terminó?
But no advice for any of them out there.
No.
Okay. And go back to you, Meryth. I know that you kind of talked a little bit about some of the advice that you would have for other parents. But is there anything else that you want to mention, those that are maybe struggling? I know some autism spectrums are much more advanced and it can be more and more difficult. But if there's anything else that you want to just say for the viewers out there.
Que con tu experiencia con María, yo sé que sabemos que hay muchos autismos que son más fuertes, que te gustaría a decirles a otros padres que tú recomiendas a decirles tu experiencia.
Ok, pues bueno, sí, hay autismos mucho más difíciles que el de María, pues solamente que trabajen en las rutinas, que no dejen pues de trabajar con sus hijos todo el tiempo.
To be consistent with routines and to work with their children, be constant with it, with their children, because there are some children that have a heavier spectrum on the autism.
Correct, and that's what I was assuming. It sounds her case might be a tad bit easier than some others, so I think a routine is good with anything, and getting that child in that consistency is going to help, just with their focus, just creating a better way of life. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. Maria, you're so brave to be on the show, and for y'all to share your story. So thank you for being here, and thank you for translating. And that concludes our episode. We are very thankful for you tuning in, and I hope you were able to learn something, educate yourself, or share the information with someone you know. And as I mentioned, for any organizations tied to autism that you are a part of, we'd love to hear from you so that we can share that information as well with our current guests. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week on the Hatching